Welcome to the Sarah Scoop Show. It's time to get the scoop with Sarah.
I'm Lisa, and I am a bridal consultant at Kleinfelds Bridal in New York City. I'm also a cast member of the very fabulous show, Say Yes to the Dress. I spent 20 years in corporate America. I was a VP of Human Resources and Executive Recruiting for a PR firm, for a fashion house. And one day I said, no more, I don't want to work in corporate America anymore. So this was now, because I'm at Kleinfeld for 12 years. So it was about 13 years ago, and I was lying on the couch, it was the winter, and I turned on the TV and I saw the show called Say Yes to the Dress, which I had never heard of. And I started watching, and we like to have marathons. So it was a marathon. It was an all-day affair, a freezing day, New York, January. I watched episode after episode, and I thought, you know what? I would love to do this. I could do this. I would be really good at this. So I got my laptop out, sent an email to the owners, and I literally changed my life. Never in a million years would you have ever, you could not have told me that I would A, be selling wedding dresses, and B, that I would be on that show. But I wanted to reinvent myself, and I did. And I wasn't young. So I reinvented myself, in the middle to later part of my career. I took a risk. I really took a risk. I went from this big, high-powered executive position to a job that I love so much, that it gives me so much satisfaction to make brides happy, to celebrate with them. It's like dressing them for the most important day in their life, and then them thanking me. I feel like, I'm a part of everyone's wedding. It's just great. I love being on Say Yes to the Dress because it's a show that appeals to all groups across all age categories. We're in every country. It's entertaining, it's fun, it's lighthearted, it's happy, especially during these times that we've been going through now. I have so many brides who reach out to me and say, oh my goodness, I'm so happy that I've been able to watch a marathon of Say Yes to the Dress and forget what's going on out there. My favorite episode is the Coney Island episode. I don't know who's seen it and who hasn't, but I did an episode with Randy where we attended a wedding on Coney Island, which, for people who don't know, is a beach town in Brooklyn, New York, where they have an amusement park. And the bride and groom wanted to go on this crazy thing called the Slingshot. And first I dressed the bride with Randy on our show, and then we were invited to the wedding. And part of this was that they wanted us to go on the Slingshot after they went on it. And I said, you know what, let me tell you something. I don't know if I'm going on this, but I would love to attend the wedding. And Randy said, come on, you have to go on it, you have to go on it. The wedding was beautiful. We sat on the sand. It was a beautiful October day, and I just didn't think about anything. And then when it came time to go on, I said, look, Randy, seriously, I'm not getting on this thing because I'm afraid. I don't want to go on. And he said to me, Lisa, you have to go on. You can't let me go by myself. So I took a deep breath and I went on this craziness, literally craziness. If anybody who knows me knows that I'm chicken with a lot of things. I got on this thing. I held his hand. They strapped us in. I didn't look at it before, so I had no idea what was even going to happen. When the bride and groom went on it, I didn't even watch. And there was a crowd. There were like thousands of people watching. Get on this thing, and they press go, whatever they press. And we go flying up in the air. I'm talking like we were in a helicopter. In this ride, all I am is strapped in, squeezing Randy's hands. My eyes are closed, and Randy's going, oh, look how nice it is. Look at the view. And I'm like, be quiet, shut up. I was getting nuts. I was so terrified. But when it was over, I was so proud of myself that I did this thing. I faced my fears, and that I attended this fabulous wedding, and that this trip to Coney Island with Randy on this ride, it brought us so close together. It was like we had a bond. He took care of me on that ride because I really thought I may die on this ride. I don't know if I'm getting off. To tell you the truth, I will never, ever, ever do that again. Never. And I can't believe I did it. But we had a lot of fun. We made the bride and groom really happy. I checked off a box on the list that never would have been on my bucket list anyway. And Randy and I became super, super duper close from that moment forward. So I've always loved foreign language, foreign culture. When I was in school, I studied Spanish and I took a liking to it immediately and I learned it. And then over the years, I learned by ear Brazilian, Portuguese, Italian. And of course, I speak English. It helps me incredibly in my job because I get to work with brides from all over the globe. I never imagined when I would be doing the work that I'm doing that I would be able to meet people from, I don't know, Brazil, Mexico, Argentina, Chile, Italy, France. I don't speak very good French, although I did learn French and I can get by. I can get by with a few other languages too. But I work so much with the European countries and Latin America, and I can bond with the brides in their language. And then our show is global. And I cannot tell you how many fans we have from Brazil and from Italy. Those two countries, Mexico and South America also love our show, but Italy and Brazil, they're like crazy, crazy fans. And I've gotten so close to a lot of the Brazilian fans. They come into the store to visit well, they used to. Now we can't even, nobody can come anywhere, go anywhere. But so for me to be able to help a bride in their native tongue, and more so, not so much the bride, because a lot of the brides who come in from another country speak some English, but they bring their moms or their grandma, and their moms and their grandmas do not speak English. And when they hear that I can say, hi, how are you? Do you like lace? Do you like this? They're stunned. They're so happy. They feel at home and they feel really a part of the appointment. We have changed a lot. First of all, we were closed, the store was closed for 3 months. And so during those 3 months, the people inside who were there were working tirelessly to set up the store in a way that was sanitized with plexiglass walls and all kinds of new protocols. So now when you go into the store, the first thing you see is this beautiful showroom, but it's separated by these plexiglass walls with our pedestals, which actually is a benefit from coronavirus because it makes the bride's experience a little more private, being surrounded by these little plexiglass walls with their family rather than everybody in one big room chiming in to one another's appointment. It's really a great thing. So you have this privacy, but you also have the ability to look around the room and watch what everyone else is doing, but feel safe that you're not interacting. We work at 50% capacity now, so only half of the bridal consultants like myself are back to work, which means we can only take half the appointments. So we're doing half the business. But I must say that with the 50% of us that are working, we're selling, the brides are coming in. We wear masks. We take our temperature is taken, and every person who walks into the building's temperature is taken before they enter. If you don't have a mask on, which I haven't seen that happen, they will give you one at the door. New York, we all wear masks. And then in our reception area, which used to be also one big giant kind of waiting room, fun and hectic, we also have separating plexiglass like pods. And we have the option as bridal consultants to wear gloves. I do wear gloves, a fresh pair obviously for each bride that I work with, a fresh mask for each bride that I work with. We sanitize everything. We have a whole room now. We took all of these dresses, hundreds of dresses that were in like a storage stock room. We emptied it out and turned it into a sanitizing room. So we have stations for dresses that were tried on, were not tried on, sanitized, drying time, identifying factors. We sanitize our robes. We give every bride a Kleinfeld bag, and that Kleinfeld bag is where they're going to put their clothing and their shoes when they change into the robe so that their clothes are not touching our chairs or our floor and vice versa. And then after each appointment, we have a cleaning team, and they come into each room. They wipe down the surfaces, the pedestals, they vacuum the carpet, they wipe down and sanitize our little desk areas, our bars where the dresses hang, all the doorknobs. We limit the amount of people in the restroom at one time. We changed our lunchroom downstairs into little stations, sort of looks like, You know, when you're in college and you had the library, like the little partitions, well, they're like that, but clear. So I can sit across from someone and have lunch with them and talk to them, but shielded with a plexiglass. So every day we have an updated list of, I'm sorry, the hot spots. And we call all the brides who are making their appointments, because we have brides from all over the country coming. And some of them we have to cancel and or reschedule. But if a bride is coming from a hot spot, for instance, I have a bride who wants to come from Virginia. She's going to come to New York. She's going to stay for 2 weeks with a relative, and then she's going to come to us. And we do require identification. You have to show your plane ticket, your toll receipts. We really confirm the 14-day quarantine. I've done virtual appointments. We do some virtual appointments at the store. We do a call, like a Zoom call, and consult with the bride. And after that, on the COVID special, we sent the bride a few dresses, and she tried them on. And then, as you saw, she picked her dress. And now with the virtual appointments that I'm doing, brides want to be a Kleinfeld bride. Some of them are going like in Tennessee to a bridal store trying on a dress, but they want to buy it from Kleinfeld because they want to be a Kleinfeld bride. So we do this virtual appointment. We celebrate. We just had Haley Page on FaceTime the other day celebrating her trunk show with brides who bought her dresses. So we've turned very virtual in a lot of ways. If you told me that I would be selling a bride a dress on a phone or on an iPad, I would tell you you're out of your mind, that there was no way we could even do it. We've done an amazing job. And I'll tell you, that was my biggest fear. Going back to work, I thought, I've been home for 3 months. I have not had interaction with many people. I live by myself. I go to the grocery store and I come home. And now I'm going to go into the store in the middle of Manhattan with all these people. I was very worried. But I have to tell you, I'm very proud of the way the store handled it. And we feel really safe there.
Thank you for watching The Sarah Scoop Show. Head to sarahscoop.com for more.